Hey, my name is Jason Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got some more buy-to-let rates that have dropped this week, which is a great sign if you're a property investor. You see, the buy-to-let market does get drops, but not at the frequency that residential markets do. For one, there just aren't as many lenders, and because of that, they are a little reluctant to drop rates as fast as the residential market. But in this video, we're going to talk about a new lender that has cut their rates this week. So make sure you tune in to the end to make sure you find out all the details on these rates. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do make sure you subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We're on the way to 41,000 subscribers. And if you don't subscribe, my little baby Amelie's unicorn is watching you. So make sure you do subscribe over there. And let's get some more views on this video by smashing like, tickling like, doing something to the like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm a lot. So I appreciate everyone that does that. So what is going on? Well, next week, 8th of May, we've got the Bank of England meeting. And the expectation is, it's pretty much nailed on 100%, is that the Bank of England are going to cut interest rates. Now, if you've got a tracker rate, that will immediately benefit you. And what's happening prior to that is lenders are assuming that this is what's going to happen with the Bank of England, and they're cutting rates prior to the meeting. In fact, in the residential market, I had to do 2 videos a day some days because there was so many rate cuts happening, and I wanted to keep you guys informed of what's going on. Now, because of all the global turmoil that's going on, you've got the tariff war, but even closer to home, we've got the Labour government doing a real job on the British economy. They put up minimum wage, which I think is good, but that hits small businesses. You've got energy going up at an alarming rate for everybody. That hits businesses as well. And you've got the national insurance increase. All of that stuff on top of council tax, water rates, and all these things going up last month meant that really a lot of people are getting hit from all sides at the moment. Now, the property market started this year really strong. We had 500,000 transactions. But yesterday, I don't know if you saw that video yet, Nationwide talked about house prices dropping, and it was a big drop. So do go and watch that. In April, there was a big drop caused by the stamp duty problem that we've got. And so because of that, the market is slowing down. Now, Nationwide believe that the next quarter is going to be slow, but they think that going forward, things will pick up. And that's based off the fact that they feel interest rates will come down with the Bank of England. You've also got a price war amongst lenders as well. And because house prices are roaring up, affordability is going to improve. And that will also happen because of wage increases as well. So the buy-to-let market isn't as competitive as the residential, but people are cutting rates. And I want to talk about a lender that I don't talk about much on here. They're called Lend Invest. And they do come up when I'm speaking to my broker and looking for new buy-to-let rates. They do come up, these guys, as being fairly competitive. Now, they've launched some new products and they've cut their rates amongst these by, oh, the unicorn's gone. Amelie won't be happy with that, by 0.2%. So nearly 0.25% drop, which is pretty substantial. Now, they've got some rates here that I think you should look at. They've got a 2-year deal, which they don't go in detail on the press release, and I've struggled to find it on the site. So go for a broker to find this out. There are going to be fees on top of this. The rate, though, is pretty good. It's 3.34%. Now, I want to explain this because this is important. Now, with buy-to-let, there's a strict criteria that you have to be making a certain amount of profit each month in order to pass affordability. Now, when the rates went up to 6%, a lot of people couldn't pass the affordability in order to get the mortgage. So what lenders did in that scenario was they brought down the rate massively to 3%, and then they put big fees on, and the fees aren't included in the affordability. It's the monthly payment. So that's why when you look at buy-to-lets, sometimes you will see where you'll get a lower rate than the Bank of England base rate, and that's to make the affordability pass. And so this could help some landlords and that basically need a deal, but they wouldn't pass the affordability at a 4 or a 5% rate. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Let me know in the comments if that does. But then they might put a 3% fee on top of this one. And that's what you've got to take into consideration as well here. So the 2-year deal is attractive. That's similar to the rates that you're seeing with the Mortgage Works as well at the moment, who are part of Nationwide. So that's not bad. Now the 5-year deal is more expensive, and that sits at 4.54%. Normally it's the other way around. A lot of lenders at the moment are trying to get you onto a 5-year deal because their belief is that rates are going to drop, so they want to lock you in a little bit longer on that higher rate. These guys are doing the opposite. They want you on that shorter rate, or a shorter time period of a 2-year deal here, which is different and bucks the trend. Now, that might work for you. It might not work for you. But do consider this one as well. And another thing with LendInvest that I think is worth noting as well is that, look, house prices dropped quite a big chunk, in my opinion, in April, as you'll see on the last video. And so that was a big drop. And so if someone bought a property last year or fairly recently when prices have been flat and they get down valued, these guys do an 80% loan to value product. And so that isn't common in the buy-to-let world. There are a few lenders that will do that. Mortgage Works do that as well. HSBC do that, but not tons of lenders do that on a buy-to-let basis. So if you feel you're going to have that risk of getting down valued, you might believe your property is worth 300 grand, but if the valuer comes back and says it's worth 270, then you get into a sticky situation where you might have to top up the deposit. The fact that you can get 80% here gives you a little bit more bufferage if you do get down valued in the market. So this is another reason that you should maybe speak to your broker or go direct with LendInvest and just see if this is something that could work for you as a buy-to-let investor. I made this video because a lot of people were saying, you've done so many residential mortgages, can you look and see what's going on in the buy-to-let market? Well, here you are. Here's a rate that's worth looking at, and I think it's an option for you. So go and have a look if this works for you. Let me know if there's other buy-to-let lenders that we should be considering and looking at. Comment below with those. And if you haven't invested in the fundamentals of property investing, do go and check that out. The link is in the description. You can get all the property education, nearly 100 videos that you want, nearly 2 full hours of content for less than 30 quid, a one-time charge. It will teach you how to source properties below market value, then help you pick a strategy in order to maximize cash flows. Is that HMO? Is it serviced accommodation, etc.? So do check that out in the description while you're here. And also make sure you check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.